Hello, folks. Oh my, I'm out here in the wonderful spring air in Colorado. It's just so beautiful today. That sky is so blue. I'm so glad that you've come to join me today. You know, I'm doing something a little bit different today, and the reason I am is because those mountains are soon going to lose their snow and they won't be as pretty to paint. They'll be too much the same color. So for right now, they are beautiful. And so we're going to paint those mountains in a little bit, but I want to show you some different things you can do to paint outside. It's just like if you do a setup in your house and you have the things to look at for the exact color. Oh my, you get better color if you look at the real thing rather than a photograph. So I'm showing you things that I have used and have enjoyed, but you don't have to have all these things. But since I'm showing you this, I want you to at least know about it. Oh, one thing I forgot, I do have an umbrella that will fit on here, because sometimes when you're up in the mountains, well, our Colorado high, you know, it can be awfully hot. And so another thing is helps to shadow your painting if you're painting. So I do have an umbrella that fits on there, and I didn't get it, but this is my art thing that I can roll my stuff in, and then it has a seat that I can sit on, and I can pack all my stuff in here. Here's my seeing all of that. I could have packed in there, but I didn't. So I've got this, and then I've got, you know, I don't know, you may know the story of this, but there's a farmer guy up in Fort Collins at LaPorte, and he had some health problems, and the doctor told him he was going to have to find some kind of a hobby to get his health better shape. Well, he did a little cigar box, and he fixed stuff, and he started painting as he was having time in between some of his work, just making time for it. Well, then he started these boxes, and this is called a gorilla box, and this is awesome. You can just carry this with you, and what it has is, see, you can have your paints right here. Well, this thing comes out like this. Then you can put your paints here, and then right here you can have your thing you're painting on. It's awesome. It's just awesome. I just love it, and it's just so good to paint with. So I wanted to show you this, and these come in different sizes, so you don't have to have a certain size, but and then these things just slide in these little slots. And see, what I did is I slid it in wrong. Okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna have to take that up, take it out, put this in first. But look at my paints, and then you've got a place to mix. It's just awesome for watercolor. Well, he also has them for oil now, because since he had done them for watercolor, then there were people that wanted them for their oil. So he's also done it for oil. Well, when I did oil, I did the big things that you carry, and oh my, that's quite a challenge to carry those things around. Then this thing is the thing that kind of locks it in place. And then you've got this. You can put your little brushes in there. You can, and now I should tell you that Silver Black Velvet, the brushes that are so my favorite, they now do those in little short ones, and so they fit good in this little box. They're called Travel Silver Black Velvet brushes, and so they're awesome to put in there. So I'm not gonna use this today, so I'm putting it right back in, putting it right in my hole. And then I have to tell you, because we are going to be out here, we use some mosquito spray, because our mosquitoes are bad right now already in this early spring. And so when you go, you want to have a water bottle, and you mark it for drink and one for your water that you're going to paint with. And then this is my little water thing that is so neat. See, it folds up like this, so it doesn't take much room, and you just pull it like that, and that's where we're going to put our water today, right in there. So you always want to take water. Oh, and always get you some sunscreen. You need to do some sunscreen. Now, I'm wearing this hat today, but if I was going up there, I have a bigger brimmed hat that I would be wearing. And I want to show you this, because you don't have to take a big board like this. I fixed it like this because I'm going to do two different things. One, the top one I'm going to do with watercolor paints, my tube paints. This I'm going to do with watercolor pencils, because you could go to the mountains and just take a plastic bag and choose kind of a mixture of watercolor pencils and just take those and do your drawing and your sketch. When you do something plein air, you don't worry about it being exact. You just don't. But it's good because then you get your colors, you get your design of what you wanted, your composition, then you bring it home and you can do something bigger from it. It's awesome. But this, a little, well, you can get these in different sizes, but I kind of like this size because it lets me do either the square, or I can make my marks and do it oblong. You can do whatever you want to do. So these little, and this is 140-pound paper, and oh, and we've got a neighbor dog that wants to talk to us. Okay, and then I want to show you this, because when you go to the mountains, or even out here today, there's so much to look at. But this is a viewfinder, and I love this little thing because, well, one thing, that little hole, you can look to see what a certain color is. You can use that to see what color it is. But I today am going to be working on an oblong thing. So I pull this down and I'm going to decide, yeah, that's kind of where I want to do it. Yep, that's good. That's good. Now, if I decided I wanted it square, then I pull it clear down here. If I was going to do that, or if I want to do an oblong thing, maybe I want to do just an oblong thing. Well, see, you can pull it like that, and it's just so good. This is really good for you to take when you're doing plein air stuff. Well, I think I am about ready to paint for you, and I have to show you. If I wasn't taking my Gorilla box from the men up in Fort Collins, this is what I would take. This is what I use in the car a lot. While Gordy's driving, this is awesome to just sit in the car. I can put my water thing right where our water is, and I can reach for the water. And this little thing has a thumb holder. Look at that. And I've got all these paints, and I've got this place for mixing. I've got some gray blue over here that I'm going to use on those mountains. I've already got that ready. I've got all these colors. This is a Holbein box, and it's metal. And they do make these in they make them in plastic, but you know that I don't like plastic. So I try to stick just to metal or porcelain. So this one's metal. And the reason I like it is because plastic always stains, and then the color's there. And I don't feel like you get a true color. But I love this little thing. See, look how easy that is to use that. It's just awesome. And I've got lots of colors on there. So they are, I'll just wet them and we will just be painting. This sun is so bright today. Oh, I love it. And you know, we're supposed to have wind later today, but we don't today. You know, this time that we're going through with the virus thing, it's kind of been a challenge in a variety of ways for different people. Some of you have been very, very busy because you've had children around and other things that you've had to do, and maybe you've had to work from home and have the children too. For us, we live in the country, and so we have just been pretty much just here. But you know what? I've been working in my flower garden, getting things ready for spring. Some things have already bloomed, and then more things will be blooming, and that will be awesome. But for right now, if you get any chance to have a little bit of quiet time and you have a chance to paint, you know, it's really good for, you know, we have seasons in our life. We really do. Whether we're young or old, there's always a different season coming. And we just have to look for the good things in those seasons. You know, life is just kind of like that. But I am so thankful that today I get to paint for you. I hope you enjoy. Well, I'm going to sit down on this thing. Now, this thing is not supposed to hold any more than 350 pounds, but it's so awesome because it's got its rollers. I mean, you can just pull the thing It is incredible how much stuff this will hold. And if you're up in the mountains, see, I've got this TV tray here just because it's easy for right now. But if you're up in the mountains, you can go sit on a rock and you can put your stuff down beside you and just paint from there. You don't have to have a lot of stuff. I would like to encourage you, or maybe just to go down the road somewhere in your neighborhood. Now, see, there's a robin over there that's watching me. You can find a robin and paint a robin. It's just good to be outside. Oh, it's so beautiful today. And we have the garden partly planted, and some of the stuff is already coming up. So spring is here, guys. We've kind of, we've got to believe we got good things coming. The last few months haven't really looked very good, but you know what? We have to know we've got good things coming. We've just got to. We've just got to. There is something about just believing you've got good things coming. Okay, I am going to come around here and sit down, and I'm going to put some water in that little container. Hello, folks. I wanted to show you that mountain up there. Oh, that mountain's so gorgeous. I have to tell you, I cheated last night, and I did it kind of on purpose because I wanted to have that sky done. Because whenever you do the sky, then you have to wait to do your mountains till that sky is dry. So I did the sky last night, and I do like my sky. I may take a little bit more from there just to do a little bit more clouds up there. I don't know. We'll have to see. Now, this is 140-pound paper, and it's just on a little gator board. I just put it on here just very simply because these, then I can go back and I can look at these and do a bigger painting. So for right now, up here, we're just going to do the water. This is from my tube paint. And so you can see here I've got some elephant gray that's mixed, and I think it's a pretty good color. I may want to put a little bit more blue in it, just a hair, okay? And then I may have to blot it a little bit, but I'm going to look. See, now I'm going to leave that white up there, and so now I'm going to just do. Yeah, see, that's darker than what I'm going to want. So I'm gonna wet it and I'm gonna blot it. Yep, gotta blot that. I don't want that to be that. We'll have some. I don't want it to be that dark. You know, it's amazing. It is pretty dark. Oh, look at that. I like that. That's pretty good. So some of it's darker and some of it's lighter. So I'm gonna concentrate on just where that gray is up there, where the snow has already melted. It will not be long, guys. Well, and part of it, we've got wind coming this afternoon, and the wind also takes away from the. Now, the interesting part, we always kind of look up there to see, how much snow we have, because it will, it will have so much to do with how much snow or how much water uh, we're going to have to not get to have during the summer with watering our stuff. So we like it when there's a lot of snow up there. We do like it. Oh, and you see I put water in my little container here. That's just awesome. Now, when we have the snow, even though it's white, it's not totally white. But to start this, I'm gonna pretty much just leave it just pretty white, and then we'll decide afterwards. Sometimes just setting the thing up and deciding how you want it. Now I'm going to do a little tiny line right here. That is one of the things that that little ditch up there, we can always look to see if there's still snow in the ditch. Really important for there to be snow in the ditch. Wow, I kind of like it. It looks like our mountain. It does look like our mountain. Oh wow. Okay, now I know I've got more over here to do, but I'm gonna go up here to this little guy right now, and I want. Oh, and this is quite a bit darker right here. Um, okay, let's see. Wow. And you know, if you watched me before, you know the elephant gray. Remember that that is the cobalt blue, and it's your orange. You're going to use your cobalt blue and your orange, and that's how you're. And see now, I see that this is coming right here along this. You can see that little mountain behind there. So now I'm wetting my brush, and I'm just going to pull it a little bit. I'm just going to pull it just to soften it a little bit. I want to leave it pretty sharp up there. It's pretty strong right there at the top. There's that's a rocky place up there. Oh my. I don't know. That's kind of a challenge for a lot of our Colorado people, and maybe other people come too, to just to climb that mountain. Oh, I've never done it. I'm good to just be do, doing stuff. Look at that. Is that gorgeous or what? I love it. Oh, I'm so thankful to get to see that mountain. Now there's a real dark spot down here. So I'm gonna make that a little bit darker. It's kind of leans more to a blue right down here. Right there. It's just and now because that line is right there, yes it's up there, but I want to soften it. I don't want to make it quite so sharp on top. Okay, now let's go up here to the right, and let's get this other little, there's a little knob back here. Now we may have to come in there again to really make, because this is further in the background. So we want it real soft. So I'm wetting it. I'm wetting my brush to pull it just to make it softer. Okay, now I want to come back over here. We're going to come back to this mountain, and I want to do this darker stuff because this shows the slant of the way this mountain comes. See, it's real slanted there, and it kind of curves around like that. And then there's not. That's the snow. That's on the north side, so it's not it's not melting on that spot. Okay, okay, here we go. Boy, I'm using up this elephant gray pretty fast, but we are almost done with the background part, and then we will lean to more of a blue color that will be. Now I'm gonna pull that because that's a little bit bluer up there than I want it, and I'm just gonna pull it and oh wow, oh dear, I'm so thankful to be able to see that mountain today. Now these are in the distance too. So I'm gonna just do very little up there, and then I'm gonna pull it because these are the mountains that are behind back up there. And so I'm not gonna define those very much. Wow. Okay, we're ready for that bright blue that's in front. It is crazy how that is so blue. Okay, I still have to get some orange in there. I'm going to do just a touch of that orange in there. I'm not going to do a lot, but I do need it. As it comes closer, the colors will change. Now, as it comes close, then it's a lot different. But right now, this will be bluer, and it's more solid because there's uh, it's like there's not much snow on this part. This part's lower, and so there's not much snow. So I'm gonna just kind of just blot this in so it shows the foreground. That's about all I'm gonna do with that. I'll do a little bit over here on the right hand side, just a little bit, because see then this goes up into this part back here, and it's a little bit brighter. Wow. Oh, I don't know about you, but I'm liking this jigger. Ah, is that pretty or what? Oh my. Oh my. I I don't know. I don't know. You'd have to go pretty hard to try to find some prettier mountains than that. I do believe. I do believe. Okay, okay, here we go. Now, look, I'm using the same thing, but I've added more of the cobalt blue, just a little bit more. It gets a little bit darker,
as we come. And then as we get a little bit further, I'm going to have some greenish color in there. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go here and I'm going to save some of that because I want to put some greens in that, blended with that. So I'm going to get some green over here and we're just going to put a little bit with that. I'm not going to put very much. See, I'm putting very little and I'll blend it with it. Just wet it and just blend it because you want a little bit of touch of the green, but you really don't want much. Oh, now I'm going to come up here with some darker blue now to show that next foreground piece that's in there. Look, guys, huh, if you were trying to do this from a photograph, it just doesn't show the same. It really doesn't. I wish we could get it better. But the thing is, when you do something from a photograph, when you're painting, you always remember that the dark is lighter and the light is darker when you're doing the painting. This is very soft, very soft. And you know what? It's going to give me a good pattern of doing a big one. Oh, wow. And I've painted this mountain so many times, but you know what? I never get tired of painting it. Now I'm going to put some more cobalt blue in here, and I'm going to do some more orange because I still wanted a grayish color, and we'll mix some of the green in with it. And you know, I can see from over there that right near the bottom there's a, well, there's some houses over there, but you know what? I think instead of just being a house, I think it needs to be a barn. I think it needs to be that. You know, when you're an artist, you have the right, you have the right to make it look like what you want it to make it look like. Is that fun or what? Boy, you get, now you know what? I'm going to use my number 8 brush. I'm getting down here where I could really just slop the paint on. Don't have to be particular. Just enjoy putting that paint on there. And then you know what? It's kind of grayish, grayish, tannish down here. Oh, look at that. That ends up being pretty yellow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some cobalt blue with that, and we're just going to wet it, and we'll just mix that up there because as those things come forward, then we're seeing our fall kind of, well, it's spring, but it's because all that stuff hasn't turned green. Now, right in front of it, our pasture is as green as can be. Oh my, it's so green. But when it's oh, see, now mixing that little bit of blue on top of that, it makes it turn green. That's nice. That's nice. You know what? I think it'd be nice to do a little barn over here, but I think I'll let that dry first. I don't know about you, but I kind of like that figure. I think that's pretty. I don't think I want to be any more particular about it except, oh wow, you know what? I'm gonna bring some more. I'm gonna bring some more color in here. I am. I've just got to. Um, I'm gonna just do a little bit more foreground stuff with my orange, and I do want to have I do want to have this just a little bit darker right in front, right in front. And look, oh, you know what I see? Oh, that's neat. Okay, I'm seeing how there's, okay, let me show you what I'm going to do. Oh, wow, that's kind of neat. You know what I'm going to do? Why not? Why not make us some little, you know, I like an eye stopper. Yeah, I like eye stoppers on the sides. And I see those trees right over there. Uh, I'm gonna come up here. We're gonna make some little, just some little eye stoppers. It doesn't have to be a big deal because then it will let me know when I get ready to paint this thing bigger. Oh, really? Yeah, you want to do an eye stopper, and I'll probably do some just little ones here. That's kind of, you know what? It frames that mountain when you do that. That's what it does. It absolutely frames that mountain. It's crazy. It does make a difference. So, and that's all running into there. So I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to do it. Add some color up when it dries up. So I've got big one, a medium, and a little one, and I'm going to come over here, and I'm just going to do one. We'll just do one. This is a little bit drier up at the top, but see, then when you come at the bottom, and we'll need to put some trunk in there, but I think that's enough, people. I think that's enough for that one.
If you enjoyed the video, give me a like, and I'd appreciate you subscribing to my channel. Thank you.